This is Theocracy Watch. Christians across the country are being radicalized in the name of the good news. This week, that gospel ended in bloodshed. Welcome back to Theocracy Watch, where the same ideology that claims to save lives is now inspiring people to take them. The suspect is Vance Luther Bolter, a 57-year-old former preacher and missionary. He showed up in police tactical gear and opened fire at two Minnesota lawmakers' homes. He killed Minnesota House DFL leader Melissa Hortman, who was still actively serving in her 11th term, along with her husband, and even shot their dog. He also shot Senator John Hoffman and his wife at their home, leaving both hospitalized. Bolter posed as a cop, driving a Ford Explorer outfitted with red and blue flashing lights. Wearing a lifelike face mask and a fake uniform, he began knocking on doors because in a country where we're trained to obey authority and fear defiance, he didn't need to force his way in. He only needed to play the part. Inside his vehicle, authorities found a kill list with nearly 70 names of Democratic lawmakers, abortion rights activists, and also local officials. There was also a manifesto laced with Christian nationalist rhetoric. And in one of those final messages he sent to one of his friends, he said, "I love you guys. I might be dead soon. I made some choices." Bolter once claimed his ministry preached that violence was not an answer. But at some point, Bolter stopped serving God and started performing him. And let's not pretend this came out of nowhere. Donald Trump has spent years glorifying retribution, calling Democrats demons, and telling his followers to take back the country by any means necessary. Groups like Wall Builders, Moms for Liberty, Reawaken America, and of course, Project 2025 have turned that rhetoric into curriculum policy and mobilization. The GOP doesn't just tolerate it, they echo it, fundraise off of it, and write laws in its image. Meanwhile, the morality militia wait outside abortion clinics, stalk patients, recording faces, tracking license plates, and shouting names. But somehow that's not seen as a privacy violation or a threat to public safety. It's framed as free speech. People like Vance don't just think God speaks through them, but that he appointed them to judge, to punish, and to purify. Somehow, the message is always violence. Why is it that every time someone claims to speak for God, they sound more interested in punishment than compassion? So until next time, remember, no kings and stay curious.
I think a lot of it has to do with the misinformation and the lies. The constant bombardment of lies that these people endure if they listen to Fox, if they listen to AON, if they listen to what Trump and his ilk say. It's just this constant bombardment of lies, vilifying good people. And oftentimes the lies they spout are lies, are truths about them, as we've mentioned. And it's just really sad. Trump did come out and he said, my heart goes out to the families of the people who are unloved, and moved on. Went on with his, as far as I know, right? Well, I'm almost certain somebody else wrote it for him, because had he written it for himself, it would have been like, but they probably deserved it because they're scum, they're Democrats,